guys, welcome to Tarot in the Dark. My name is Tori. Tonight we are going to take a look at what relationship Spirit is trying to protect you from. We are going to do 3 piles. I've been dying to do this reading. I had to go out of town for a little bit, and coming back I had this on my board as the reading that's going to be done next. So let's dig in. I hope you guys are doing fantastic. Thanks for being here. If you are new, welcome. If you are returning, thank you so much. You guys know if you leave a comment, I'm very, very grateful for each and every one of you. If you tend to or happen to like the reading, if it resonates, please feel free to drop a comment, like, and subscribe. And let's go ahead and pick your piles. So the intention is that this timeless reading supports you in assessing which specific relationship Spirit is trying to protect you from, the reasons why, and anything else that comes out during the reading, okay? I'm sure I'm going to get channeled messages because I have my deck here that doesn't have any words. There's no guidebook. So usually when they ask me to pull this out, they're going to channel information through me to you. Okay, so pile number 1. What relationship are you trying to protect them from? All right, we can see that cards are flying out. Alrighty, this is the first card up. Okay, this is pile number 1. I know it can sometimes be kind of hard to see these images, but for pile number 1, this is the relationship that Spirit's trying to protect you from. Okay, for pile number 2, this is the relationship that Spirit is trying to protect you from. Wow, interesting how I get messages already. And for pile number 3, wow, I'm not even sure which way this card goes. So this deck is basically just a deck that has images. So pile number 3, and it, like I said, it doesn't have a guidebook or anything like that. It's just images, very powerful images. So give me just a second. Let me zoom in. Let me get the lens and zoomed in and closer in frame. I will tune my sound bowl when I come back to allow you all to just meditate and assess the cards so that you can pick your pile. And once we come back, if you have headphones in, I would recommend turning them down, okay? Because the sound bowl can get a little loud. All right, guys, meet you on the other side. All right, guys. Again, if you have headphones in, I would recommend turning the volume down. You have pile number 1 here. This is your image. Pile number 2. Pile number 3. And this is a pick a card for what relationship Spirit is trying to protect you from. Alright, go ahead and pick your pile and I will see you on the other side. My pile number 1, while we're doing the channeled messages, I'm going to keep the light down just because I think it's easier for you to see the card here, okay? The images are easier to kind of hone in on, to zoom in on while we're in a darker setting, okay? So pile number 1, this is the relationship that Spirit is trying to protect you from. So whoever this person is, it's someone within your school. Like they were showing me like a school of fish. It's someone that frequents you often. This may be someone that you know through school, that you went to school with. You may work at a school. There's something specifically about school. This could be a teacher. This could be someone that has that you've taught. There's something about that. There's a relationship with someone that has something to do with school. Okay, so this doesn't have to necessarily relate to like you're in school. You know, we're not all children, so hopefully kids aren't watching this, but it's more so connected to someone who has a relationship with you that may be like a teacher leader. So that could be parent child, that could be a spouse, because sometimes spouses may have, or married couples, or even people in relationships, connections may have some type of a situationship where there's a leader, a dictator. Okay, there's something about school. Let's just start there. I don't want to dig too deep in, because if they're not giving me like super specifics, I don't want to deter you from the reading. If you're here, there's more than likely something here for you, even if everything doesn't resonate. I don't know why I'm telling you this, but typically when I listen to tarot readings, I listen, if I feel drawn to a specific pile, I'm going to listen all the way through, just so that I can make sure I'm not missing something, because typically there's something in that message that Spirit wants us to pick up on. They're also drawing me in to my feather here. It's very interesting because they're pointing out the colors on the end here. You notice that there are like white stripes here, and there's like a lighter color on the outside here. You notice it's darker in the middle, lighter on the outside. Something about there's more conflict for you to stay in this situation than it is for you to remove yourself. Your energy will be lighter when you remove yourself from the thick of this situation, this person in particular. So whoever this person is, you may find yourself connected to them at the moment, but maybe shifting out of a relationship with them. You may be very intuitive, and you may be getting hit with like intuitive nudges to move or to leave this person alone. That's coming through. But there's something about you being in the thick of it right now. Whatever this person or whoever this person is to you, you're in the thick of some type of mess with them right now. So again, you could be questioning whether or not you want to leave them, you should leave them, how are you going to get away from them, something like that, something about you being in the thick of it. But when you release yourself, or when you're removed from the situation, things are going to lighten up for you. Your load's going to feel a lot lighter. So another example of who this person could be is, this is someone, when you're around them, you're going to feel exhausted. You're going to feel maybe overworked. Maybe you feel like you need a break from being around them. You could also find yourself feeling very uncomfortable. In some instances, for me, this situation would make me feel weight on my chest. I may feel stress in my body, my lower back, right above your buttocks. That area may hurt. I'm not giving medical advice. I'm just giving spiritual insight as to how these things can affect your physical bodies. Your shoulders could feel heavy, weighed down. You may have headaches. You may find yourself just full of stress. This person is someone that is within your community or your friend group, your group of people. They're surrounding you, however you want to take that. This person is surrounding you. This person may also feel like there's someone that's lurking in on you. And what they're saying by that is that you may feel like this person is hovering over you. Like, oh my gosh, why won't they just back up? Like, you may feel like they're always around. You may need to take a break from them. You may be wanting to take a break from them. Maybe that's what you're considering, is taking a break from them. But this person is someone that seems to be consistently present with a weight that they bring to your environment. Okay, so let's turn the lights on. You may have to blink your eyes a few times to catch up, because it's gonna get bright. Okay, you may be able to see the card a little better too. I don't know, sometimes it's harder depending on your vision. But yeah, this person seems like they keep you feeling weighed down, burdened, ungrounded. Okay, let me zoom out so that you can see what I'm doing over here. And I'm just going to leave that card over in the corner there, just so that we keep it in the back of our minds, okay? So let's see if we can get some more insight in regards to who this person is, okay? Let's see if we can get some insight for pile number 1. What relationship are you trying to protect pile number 1 from? What relationship are you trying to protect pile number 1 from? Don't ask me why I'm repeating that. I have no idea why. Ooh, okay. Wow. Okay, so look at this bottom deck energy. We have the 7th house, which is about partnerships and one-on-one relationships, okay? So again, this is also showing me that this is someone that is within your circle, okay? Your sphere of influence, you could say, but I don't know that you're influencing this person. I feel like this person has a little bit of a hold on you. I'm not going to lie, it feels like a karmic relationship. That's the energy that I'm picking up on, okay? Especially with Lilith here. Now, this Lilith energy is stating that this person is someone that has arrived in your life to teach you how to draw your own power and strength, okay? Lilith is known as like the dark feminine energy. So I always think about Lilith. I don't know if this is, astrologically true because I'm not an astrologer and I don't know a lot about astrology, but I know a little tiny bit. And I also am intuitive. So my intuitive interpretation of Lilith, I'm saying all that to say, is that Lilith is the Scorpio female. The Scorpio female is dark feminine energy that has a power that is, beyond what people can perceive, okay? Scorpionic energy is transformative by nature. So this scorpionic energy of this Lilith energy, this person was placed in your life to help you to see the power that resides within and to draw you out of your dark area or the space and time in your life to where you're not able to actually transition and transform situations. They're here to assist you in transmuting that energy. So whether you're a Scorpio female or not, it doesn't matter. This person is a part of your life to assist and support you from not standing up for yourself. And they're pushing you into this Lilith energy, causing you to transform and transmute who you were into who you're supposed to be. This is amazing, okay? Now look at this 3rd house. This is also showing up as local community, communication, and transportation. The 3rd house energy, Gemini energy, is also the Lover's card in the tarot deck, okay? Which further signifies that this person could be someone that you have a romantic partnership or a relationship with. And this person is here to assist and support you. So this is one thing that I want to make very clear to you. So Spirit is trying to protect you from this person by waking you up. This is like very straightforward for me. I'm going to pull other cards obviously, but this is very straightforward. Spirit is trying to, oh my gosh, I just looked down at this. Let me just call this out, okay? Because then I can just tell you that this is confirmation. Solstice. This is about focus, transition, and amplification. This person has been placed in your life. God, pile number 1, I've been waiting to do this reading. And let me just tell you, this is amazing because Spirit is so powerful that Spirit is showing up immediately in your pile to say, guess what? This is happening on purpose. This is happening for you, not to you. And this is for your best and highest good. So Spirit is trying to protect you from the relationship that you have with a karmic lover. This is a lover who is meant to assist and support you through this transition, as the solstice energy states. But also, let's go back to what I was speaking about with this Lilith scorpionic dark feminine energy. So when you are operating in your shadow self, which would be the opposite of this Lilith energy, you're operating from a space of abandonment, operating from a space of needing someone, being willing to sacrifice yourself just to keep someone, and also settling in situations where you know you're not meant to be, okay? So for you, this person Spirit is trying to protect you from is someone that is not allowing you to stand up in this feminine energy. It doesn't matter if you're masculine, male or female. We all have masculine, feminine energy within us. This is just saying that Spirit is trying to protect you from backing out of your power. So this person is keeping you small, pile number 1. And it does feel like it's a relationship, okay? It feels like I'm not picking up on cheating. What I'm picking up on is outside, it's not influences, it's outside distractions, okay? So I'm not saying that this person is cheating on you, because that's not what I'm picking up on. This person could be. If they are, you would know. But what I'm picking up on is more so an energy of this person is too influenced by something, okay? And that something is not allowing them to progress beyond, like, I don't know, I'm feeling like this stuck energy. I'm feeling like this, like, trapped energy. I'm gonna pick a few cards here. So this is a deck that I pulled out, and I wasn't sure why, but I'm now know exactly why. This is a toxic love deck that I created myself. So let's just see. I ghosted you to go back to my family. Whoa. Oh, okay, so maybe there is some third-party influences here. You make me wanna leave the one I'm with, start a new relationship. That's an Usher song, so that's more third-party stuff. And then I don't intentionally wrong/harm you. Okay, and then look, bottom of the deck, crazy family. So this person may come from some like a challenged family. They may have challenges, may have had challenges in the home that prevented them from being able to know right from wrong, or to do the right thing. Because guys, look at these cards here. This is so straightforward. Okay, I ghosted you to go back to my family. So this is saying, and this is, I'm not picking up on necessarily someone actually leaving to go back to their family. Now, again, if this is for you, then take it as it resonates, take what's yours. You may have somebody who has a family. But what I was picking up on is that there may be someone who's dealing with you, but is connected to a family. So say, for example, there's someone that you're dating and they have or had a wife or a husband. Maybe they're still attached to that situation, and that may be why they're challenged with moving forward with you. Because what I'm seeing here, and this is interesting, is I'm seeing like this is your person here. This is you, and then this is like their ex-spouse, okay? So like it's like you and the ex-spouse are moving away from the person, but the person keeps going backwards. This also is telling me, especially with this card, it's also showing up as like this person is ghosting being able to truly connect with you because they are stuck in the past and desiring to be with their family. Okay, so if you have somebody who had a family in the past, I'm sorry, this is going to sound so scandalous, but they may have feelings and emotions for their ex-husband or wife, and they may desire to be back there. And that's probably why Spirit is trying to protect you from them, because Spirit is presenting this reading to say, I'm only going to give you what you need to know that's going to be for your best and highest good. And I'm immediately picking up on your Lilith. You have this dark feminine energy, this scorpionic, powerful energy to transform and to take situations that could put you in a state of vengeance, anger, maybe where you want to operate from a state of wrath, but you shift that and transition that into power. So even hearing this, you could be like, oh, I'm ready to like bust somebody up or do something to somebody, right? But instead, it's like, no, Spirit knows who you are. So Spirit's saying, I'm going to protect you from them, because long term, this person is not going to be beneficial in your life. So what Spirit wants to do is tell you now, so that Spirit can protect you, so that Spirit can assist and support you in establishing healthy relationships in the future. If this person came from a crazy family, they don't know how to have healthy relationships. And what it looks like is, especially if you're operating in this Lilith energy, you're going to be strong, you're powerful. It's like a badass energy, okay? I don't know how else to say it, but that's what the energy is. You're very wise, especially with this third house energy. You're wise, you're able to shift energies, you're able to see things clearly. The Gemini energy, you have clarity in thought, but you may find yourself being gullible in loving relationships or in loving partnerships. Love relationships, partnerships, I shouldn't be saying loving, but in love relationships and partnerships, you may be willing to take what you can get, because you may be struggling with feeling like you are this powerhouse with the Lilith energy here. Another thing is that Lilith energy, in my opinion, is only birthed through pain, through chaos, through someone leaving you because they want to go be with someone who you don't think is worthy or on your level. Not to say it like that, but that's how we think as humans. You know, so it's like you can only gain those Lilith, like, think about it like wings, okay? You can only gain that Lilith cape by being able to overcome unhealthy relationships like this and transition into amplifying and magnifying your weaknesses and utilizing them as areas of strength. This you make me wanna see. I think this is about another person. I think that this person may have a tendency to wanna, leave the one that they're with and start a new relationship. So maybe they're flighty. Maybe they are challenged by, committing to one thing and being able to stick through it. There's something about growth here that they keep showing me though, guys. So it's like maybe this person isn't like a bad person. They could have feelings for someone in their past, a spouse, but they may just not be consistent with how they show up for you. Okay, because this, I don't intentionally wrong/harm you. This is a sign of someone who makes excuses for their behavior, and coming from an unhealthy family can absolutely put you in a state to where you intentionally harm people and you make excuses for it and say, oh, I didn't mean to do that. So that's what I'm picking up on with this energy, is like this person may be. And that's why they're showing me this lurking energy again. And it's like almost like this person may lurk around even if you tell them you don't want to be with them, or their energy may just resonate or be kind of like stuck or stagnant with you, yet they keep doing like the wrong things. I don't know. I'm picking up on like a ton of different energies. Let's pull a couple more like oracle cards and try to get some additional information. This card wanted to fly out. Okay, so let's do that. Wow. And then the femme fatale. Guys, this is Lilith energy too. Look, let's read the shadow, because that's what this would be about. Inappropriate use of sensuality and attachment to money or power. The light attributes highlights the erotic energy of the feminine and opens your heart when your dependency is rejected. See, that's what I was picking up on with this person, is like this person doesn't ever show up for you fully. Okay, so the person that spirit is trying to protect you from is someone who's not fully showing up from you, yet they're doing things that harm you. It's intentional because they keep doing it. You may speak to them about it. You may communicate that, speak to them. You may be trying to stand up for yourself. And I'm feeling like some blame shifting, like they take that information, blame it on you, make it seem like you're the one that's starting this. Something like that. And because look at this, that came out too. The servant, using the lack of money as an excuse not to move forward with life. Wow. Okay. And then delight in serving others with a free and loving heart. Guys, so I'm seeing you again. This is that scorpionic energy. I don't know why that keeps coming through, but Scorpio, the death card. I also see the tower in the traditional tarot as the death card. As Scorpio energy. The tower for me is Scorpio energy, and I'll tell you why. Because it can come in and shift everything. After the tower, nothing is the same. So it's literally like a death and a resurrection, a rebirth, right? And so for you, you may have this big, huge heart where you really try to like tap into your strength, into your powers. You may have also met this person through like very seductive energy. Like maybe you started off as like a friends with benefits type thing, and then you end up, like, oh, let's be together, but not recognizing that this person is still stuck on their ex, or that this person is going to want to go and be with other people, or that you may want to go leave them and be with somebody else. However this resonates with you. But the fact that you have such a huge heart and you're willing to, to give to them, I think this person could be taking advantage of you. I'm picking up on this energy of like the savior complex too with this servant card, guys, that you may tend to find yourself when dealing with this person feeling like you're responsible for nurturing them, and it could be due to some type of financial gain that they give you. So for example, it's like, oh, if there's two of us in the household, we can afford everything, but if it's just me by myself, I'm going to struggle. Okay, that's coming through heavily. Because that's that femme fatale energy of the feminine, misusing her power. Oh, and that's also Lilith as a shadow. Misuse of feminine power and feminine energy for personal gain. Wow. I forgot to tell you, if you've never watched any of my readings, I'm very honest. My guides are very honest. It's because honesty and truth are love, and that's the way to truly, truly, truly heal and recover, is to embrace the truth, accept the truth, and to shift that truth, which your team is saying very loudly here that you have the ability to do that. Okay? You have the ability to do that. If this person is doing something against you, and they've done it more than once, if someone cheats, there's no way that they didn't intentionally mean that. They didn't mean to hurt you when they get caught doing it, but they meant to do it. They meant to do it, otherwise they wouldn't have. So let's see what this is. Silly. So see, this person could be silly. Now, I'm not interpreting this silly as, this is another like emotion deck that I created. This silly is not silly in a good way. That's interesting that ashamed is at the bottom of the deck, because this silly is more like the fool in the reverse, where someone says, oh, I just made a silly mistake. Maybe you would feel silly for moving on from this person, for walking away. Maybe you feel silly for dealing with this person. Yeah, look, embarrassed. There's something about this person's behavior that is embarrassing, but you may find yourself laughing it off as a way to not be embarrassed by it. Like maybe you're like, instead of me being embarrassed, I'm just going to try to make light of the situation. I'm going to try to laugh and be free about it rather than to look at it through a negative lens. Let's see if we can get more on this person. Ooh, intuition. Wow. That just came straight out. Look at this. Disruption and sweetness are here, okay? This person is disrupting you, trusting your intuition, okay? This is so straightforward. This person is preventing you from being able to fully see how on point your intuition is. I'm also picking up on this person may embarrass you by telling you that your intuition is off, okay? When people feel like they can take advantage of your energy, especially if you have this servant's heart. If you're kind, if you're a giver, if you want to support and help people that you see potential in, people are going to take advantage of that. They're going to take advantage of that because they're going to say, oh, he or she is silly. He or she is silly, so I can misuse them. I can come in, I can tell them I didn't intentionally mean to do that. I can leave them and go back to my family whenever I want. Because you could be like a side chick or the side dude. I don't know what they call side dudes, but you could be something like that where this person is like, oh, I'm going to leave you and I'm going to leave my wife or husband and come and be with you. Which, I don't want to say this like this. There's no judgment here, but that's never the truth. That's never the truth. I've never heard of anybody leaving their wives to go and be, or their husbands to go and be with the side chick and it actually thriving and working out. I mean, I'm sure it's possible, but more than likely, if that person hasn't already left them, okay, then they're not going to. Because typically people, when they get married, they don't want to leave that person. Especially a lot of, men who cheat, they don't necessarily want to leave their wives. That's why they haven't left. Otherwise, they could have left a long time ago to be, with you. So just caution yourself on that. Again, there's no judgment, there's no shade. I want to just give you the information that's the truth because you deserve it. Oh my gosh, guys. Your message is so clear. Your message is so clear. And look at what's at the bottom of the deck. Reach out. I never read these cards, but I read this upside down. You've isolated yourself and are trying to do everything on your own. It's okay to ask for help. So reach out to ask for support at this time. Wow. This person that spirit is trying to protect you from is someone that causes disruption, but it's disruption through manipulation. You're being asked to release any toxic people or situations from your life. You deserve to be free from all drama, and this is the first step in achieving that. Oh my gosh. You may want to look up angel number 411 because I keep seeing that pop up. I am going to pull out a few tarot cards because I want to get more information on this specific relationship. I think it's clear, but let's see if we can get some specific information on this relationship. Okay, and then I saw one more. Okay. I think that's it. This is the Hermetic Tarot deck. I think there's something else. Okay. Wow, these cards are just like this. I wasn't going to pull all of these, but they're sticking out for a reason. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh, and that one wanted to go that way. So let's see. Let me just make sure I have them all. Pile number 1. Wow, the Tower is here. Temperance is here. I have no idea how those cards got like that, but they're there for a reason. So we're going to take them all. Oh. Yeah, this person is still in your happiness. And they have you stuck in this state where you have to constantly have a wall up. Look at the 3 of Swords at the bottom of the deck. This person could be a Libra. This person could also have Sag in their chart I was picking up on. So let me wow. Okay, let me just put these out. So the 9 of Cups, the 9 of Wands, the 7 of Swords. Then we have Temperance. We have the Tower, the Page of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles, wow, the 7 of Wands, the Knight of Cups, the Ace of Wands. I sure wasn't planning on pulling all these cards, guys, but they're here. The 8 of Pentacles, the Hermit, what is this? The 4 of Pentacles, and the Knight of Wands. Yeah, guys, this person, I'm telling you, the 7 of Swords is here. That was the first thing that I noticed. The 7 of Swords is here with the 7 of Wands. This person is defensive when it comes to you challenging them or correcting them due to their errors or, their wrongs. So this person, the Knight of Wands here, this person may be flighty. I think we were picking up on that earlier, where they may just kind of do whatever it is that they want to do. The 9 of Cups with the 9 of Wands, the 7 of Swords, and Temperance is, let's speak to that first since it's here. That's speaking to the fact that this person is keeping you from experiencing true happiness, and it's because of this 7 of Swords. I love this. I love how this card reads this, because the Lord of unstable effort. So basically what's happening is you're thinking that this person is putting in effort. However, that's why this I don't intentionally wrong/harm you card is here. These mean the exact same thing. That this person's efforts are in vain, basically, because this person is never going to make you happy. They're not going to make you happy because there's some type of imbalance here within this energy. Again, picking up on Sagittarian energy. There's something imbalanced in this person's energy. This person may be very verbally manipulative, verbally deceitful. Something about Aquarian and its shadow is coming through here. To the point to where they kind of get you to believing that your intuition is silly, that you're just claiming that they're doing something. You're making things up. You're not telling the truth. You're lying to yourself, right? It's almost like they force you to have to hold back on utilizing and accessing your intuition and wisdom. Like, it's something about this person that makes you question whether or not you're the problem versus them. You may have met this person at work too. That may be where the community thing is coming through. You may have met them at work. You could even work together, I guess, but especially with the Eight of Pentacles and the Page of Swords here. Could be communication via work. Okay, then, I didn't notice this, but the Knight of Cups, the Knight of Wands, the Ace of Wands, they're all together. This is showing up immediately as an energy of someone who will feed you exactly what you want to hear, but not actually put action behind it. Because the Knight of Wands is flighty, the Knight of Wands will come in and say something, especially with the Knight of Cups, come in and offer you, kind of like love bomb you, and then offer the Ace of Wands. This is schmexual stuff, right? And then you're like, yay, wee! But then you have the Tower, the Page of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Seven of Wands. And this is an energy of having, like, needing to protect and defend yourself. So this person comes in, says and does something, and then kind of retracts and causes you to have to protect yourself. There's also something coming through about you being in a relationship with this person but feeling single, because the Queen of Pentacles, although she can be married to the King of Pentacles, he's clearly not here, but also the Queen of Pentacles can often sometimes represent, like for me, it represents a woman or a feminine energy who is very independent, one who's able to take care of her children, her family on her own, like not necessarily with a spouse. She can be very independent. But she's also very much focused on nurturing and tending to herself and those that she loves. And with the Seven of Wands next to it, it's just showing that this person may be, again, flighty, kind of feeding you love bomby stuff, not actually fulfilling and coming through on it. And then you feeling like you have to protect and defend yourself because they're not doing it for you, right? Like, you're not going to have my best interest at hand, so I have to do it for myself. Again, it feels very much like this person is giving you information, but not actually following through with it. It's like they have no follow through. And I'm sorry, I have to just say it like it is. You may want to be or stay with this person because you feel like you would be heartbroken if you left. I do want to give you a heads up that I am seeing Saturn in Libra in this Three of Swords card. And what this is speaking to is the fact that, especially considering you have 7th house here at the bottom of the deck, which is about partnerships, relationships, one-on-one connections, Libra and energy, Spirit is trying to protect you from this relationship by teaching you lessons through this relationship. Okay, I'm also seeing the butterfly in that release card. So there's something about this relationship that was intentionally placed in your life for this time, this moment in your life, in order to transition you from walking in passive energy. I have to just say it, from walking in passivity, neglecting yourself, putting others before yourself, people pleasing, codependency. Okay, this is supposed to push you from utilizing your feminine power to keep yourself comfortable into you becoming the feminine power that establishes and creates comfort. Does that make sense? I hope it does. If so, drop it in the comments and let me know. This is pushing you. This relationship is intentional, which is why Spirit is trying to push you into the release of it. Now, you can't be forced to do anything, not by Spirit, not by angels, not by your ancestors, not by me. I'm just a tarot reader. I don't even know what the heck you got going on because this ain't none of my business. I just like to, dig in and give you resources to support you. It's very challenging to release relationships where you love the person. The hardest thing anybody can do is leave somebody that they love. And trust me, I know all about that because I had to do it myself. However, when you recognize the power that you have to create a life that is fulfilling with this Nine of Cups energy, that you have the power to establish and create transformational energy within you and those around you by you following and chasing and standing up for yourself. There's a recognition that, oh, this is the moment for me to rise to the occasion. Spirit is asking you to step into this Lilith power, this energy, to become an activist for yourself. Because this is almost, without realizing it, it's self-sabotage. You're sabotaging your happiness for the sake of someone who doesn't seem to be able to reciprocate. Another interesting thing I want to point out that I was recognizing is that I'm seeing that there's the Queen of Pentacles that you're showing up as. And this person is showing up as the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Wands. Their ability to communicate is not even at the same level of yours. If you're the Queen of Pentacles, communicating with a Knight of Cups and a Knight of Wands is going to be like talking to your child, whether you have one or not. Just imagine that, like being in a relationship with your child. There's a mismatch in energy here, and that may be due to the fact that maybe you're spiritual. With the Hermit here, maybe you've been doing a lot of spiritual work, or maybe you are supposed to be doing more spiritual work. And this may be calling this situation, this relationship, you may be needing to be protected from it due to another purpose or something far greater than what you can see in this moment right now. You know, I always think about it like this. Spirit has the lens to be able to see far beyond what we can into the future. And sometimes the very thing that is keeping you from your abundance, fulfillment, from you living the life that you truly desire, is the very thing that's underneath your nose. And that's interesting because this here fish is underneath his nose. This energy is lurking, almost like a mooching energy. Mooching off of your kindness, mooching off of your energy. Okay? You may be like, I don't even have anything. You don't have to have anything. It's your energy that this person is mooching off of. This person is here for a reason, but the reason is to, per this reading, push you into becoming the powerhouse that you're supposed to be. So pile number one, the relationship that Spirit is trying to protect you from is one that has to do with a romantic partnership that you're either currently in, that you just left, or that is in and out, flighty, however you want to go about saying it. Okay? And Spirit is trying to protect you from this relationship so that you don't experience more sorrow, more pain, more agony. Spirit is also trying to protect and preserve, I'm hearing, your destiny, your purpose, and your power. All right, guys. I hope that this resonated with you. I'm praying for you. I'm trusting that you're going to be able to reach out and get support to be able to get through your transition with this relationship. I would not anticipate that this be an easy thing for you to release. So please be patient with yourself. But also choose yourself is the advice from your team. All right, pile number one, feel free to drop a comment, like, and subscribe if I didn't already say that. I thank you so much for being here. I hope you have a great night. Bye. Pile number two, if you chose this card here, this is the relationship that Spirit is trying to protect you from. So immediately what I'm picking up on is that this relationship is a relationship with someone in particular. This could be multiple individuals, okay? But let's just start off with one person. So the relationship that Spirit is trying to protect you from has something to do with some wounds that have occurred in the past. So basically, the relationship that Spirit is trying to protect you from is someone who has wounded you in the past. Okay. I am picking up on an energy of someone who has said things to you that have caused mental harm, meaning, you know, it keeps your thoughts spinning. You're feeling inadequate. You feel like this person makes you feel defeated. This person doesn't allow you to be seen, to be bigger than them. It's someone who you have to protect and guard yourself from. So whoever this person is, you know exactly who I'm talking about. You know the person that spirit is trying to protect you from, because you've had to protect yourself from this person in the past. Maybe even physically is what I'm hearing. There's something about this person that it's not passion. It's like they stir a lot of like hurt within you. So almost like this person kind of creates like this whirlwind. This is what they're showing me, like a tornado. Imagine a tornado like trying to start off, right? And it starts off small and it swirls around, and then it just continues to grow. I don't know if this is how tornadoes work, guys, but this is how they're showing me. And it just continues to grow, and it becomes stronger and stronger and more aggressive and more aggressive. This person does that to your energy. They may say something, they think it's something small, they don't think it affects you, and it just festers in your brain, in your mind. You just churn and you're just spinning the conversation, repeating the conversation. This person affects your mental stability. This person has wounded you in the past in some way, shape, or form by their actions, thoughts, words. Something that they did or said in the past left like a lasting imprint on you. There's also something about something that they did or said that's affected your stability. It could be physical stability, like maybe a place to live, something like that. It could be that, but it also has a lot to do with your mental stability. It's almost like this person is the eye of the tornado or the eye of the hurricane. Is there an eye in a tornado or just in a hurricane? I don't know. I don't live anywhere where they have those. But yeah, let me know. Drop that in the comment. This person is that eye, though. That's what I'm hearing very loud and clear. I do have the lights off because it's easier to see the cards in the dark. I'm going to turn the lights on, though. Okay, you may have to adjust your eye. Maybe blink in a couple of times. All right, so I'm going to set your card off to the side here. Let's do this. This seemed to work for group 1. Let's see if we can just set this here, if I can get this right. Hold on, guys. Because although this person has caused harm to you in the past, you're here to inquire. I think you're here to inquire just for confirmation, because I do feel like you are intuitive enough to know exactly who this person is, and I think you've been trying to protect yourself from them, but I'm also seeing someone say that I can't really escape them, right? Like maybe you have children together, maybe you have a family together, maybe this is somebody in your family, something like that. It's like you're like, I can't really get away from them, but I am aware that I need to protect myself from them. Like you're aware that this person can cause you more harm, more damage, and that, you know, you could be potentially even more traumatized by this person than you already are. But there's something about it's because it's almost like they're showing like you have your hands up. You're like, you know what? I've tried to protect myself. I've done what I could, and I'm going to continue to do what I can. However, I can't just escape this person. That's the energy that I'm picking up on in the car. Look at this liar. So maybe this person has spoken lies in the past. This is a deck that I created. It's called Toxic Love. You shouldn't trust me. Oh my gosh, guys. Wow. This person that spirit is trying to protect you from is someone you know that you shouldn't trust. And this person is literally just flat out telling you in these cards, wolves. So a wolf in sheep's clothing. Okay, this person is a wolf in sheep's clothing. They show up one way that they're really not. And this person is a penny pincher. Wow. So you may know this person for someone who is selfish. That's what a penny pincher is in this card. That's what it means. Okay. It's like the definition of someone, not necessarily somebody just cheap or not wanting to spend their money, but they're someone who wants to get away with as little as possible. Okay, they want to get away with as little as possible. They want to do as little as possible, but reap huge rewards, huge benefits. So maybe they are the type of person that will do something very small for you and expect you to give them this grandiose applause. And when you don't stroke their ego, then they act out. This person is someone who is deceitful, though, I'll tell you that much, because the card is very clear here that you shouldn't trust them. This may be someone who comes in, says something snarky to you when you don't do what they want, and then they just leave. I'm going to take those two. Okay? You could have kids with this person, because this creation card here, I don't know why that came out with the solar eclipse, but that was something that I picked up on right away when it came out. And then look, the third house, this is Gemini energy, which is also the lover. So it could be someone, this came out in the first pile too, but this is someone, you may have a correlation there. This could be a different person. It's no problem if you want to watch all three piles. Do as you please. But this third house card for you is showing up as Gemini energy, someone that I think you communicate with. You, like I said, I feel like you have to communicate with this person. I don't know why, but I feel like you have to communicate with them, which, like I said, that does make me feel like you may have children or something with them. That transportation energy too was showing up as like, maybe this is somebody that like you ride with. Someone that gives you a ride or something. Maybe you were in the car with them recently. I don't know. Something like that is coming through. The waning crescent moon, surrender, restoration, and trust. I love this. This person that's a part of your life is present for a specific cycle. There's a phase and a cycle that you're going through right now that spirit is intentionally allowing this person to be present in your life for the purpose of teaching you these lessons about cycles. So pile number 2, I don't know, this kind of, not this situation or this scenario, different scenario for pile number 1. But one thing I guess is just very specific to my readings is that I like to allow the guides to give advice. It doesn't benefit you if you just hear a tarot reading and you walk away and you don't have anything to do with it. So part of your advice or just heads up to you or information as to why this person is a part of your life is because this person is here to assist in helping you to recognize the cycles of life. Okay, that's coming through very clearly with these cards here. There's cycles where things have to begin and cycles where things have to come to an end. Okay, and I think there's a recognition that you have within you where you wanted to, or you're beginning to surrender your trust over to spirit in order to allow yourself to be restored. If not, this person is present in your life to push you into that. See, spirit and our guides can't force us to do anything, but what they can do is allow things to happen in our lives where we will force ourselves to get out of situations or to shift our perspective or to finally, surrender and say, hey, I recognize that this person is not beneficial for me, because it's almost like if I continue to stay in connection with this individual, all that's going to happen to me is I'm going to end up wounded. This person was here to assist and support you in some type of a creation. This could also be a parent. Maybe they were just a part of your life to create you. And this situation is presenting itself to teach you that there's so much potential when you allow cycles to end and new ones to begin. Okay? So let's look and see. Let's see if we can figure out a little bit more about who this person is. Let me see. Let me grab this deck. I'm just trying to get this from underneath the others. I want to see if I can give you some more specifics in regards to who this person is. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, okay. It could be a Taurus with the king here, because it's like this is like the King of Pentacles for me in this deck. But look at the shadow attributes of this. Excessive feelings of entitlement. Rulership without restraint. Guys, this is exactly so. This is Taurian energy for me in this deck. So it could be a Taurus, but what I'm picking up on is that's exactly what that penny pincher was saying, right? The penny pincher is someone who does little but expects a lot in return. This person could also be like an actual gambler. But another thing that I'm picking up on with this gambler is that this person wants the easy way out of situations, okay? So this person is someone who will tell you what you want to hear, not actually follow through with it, because they have some type of, with this mystic here, they have some type of idea that God is like their friend. Okay, this is so interesting how this is coming up. This is almost like somebody who goes to church every Sunday and then is a complete crap show every other day of the week, right? It's like the one who wants to play like the gospel music, one who wants to listen to, you know, Christian music, go to the mosque, whatever their spiritual or religious practices are, but then they leave and they just do whatever the heck they want, but act as if they are so connected to God that they do no wrong. It's like a holy roller. That's what I'm picking up on. Like, oh, I'm not the problem, you are. When in reality, it's like, no, actually you are. Could even be somebody in your like church group or something. But this person is someone who who's here to push you to be able to trust in the divine no matter what your life turns out like. Okay, so say for example with this waning crescent moon, with what I'm picking up on is like maybe you thought that your life was supposed to turn out one way and it didn't. Maybe you thought that this person was supposed to be a part of your life in one way and they weren't, or they aren't. They didn't show up in the way that you expected them to. This person spirit is protecting you from this person because on the other side, in another moon phase, there's a cycle that's going to present to you what you really deserve and desire. But you have to be able to see past the wolves in sheep's clothing in order for you to be able to transition and get to the other side. It's almost like, how did the chicken cross the road, you know, like, or why? It's like you have to be able to go through this situation in order for you to be able to grow into who you need to become, in order for you to be able to transition and shift out of this into what you truly want in life. And a part of this situation, and this person in particular, has something to do with whether or not you're willing to gamble your own journey for someone else's benefit, when you can see right through them. Because this mystic is showing me how intuitive you are. The mystic energy is showing me that you can see that you shouldn't trust this person. For some of you, this person may have even told you before, you really shouldn't trust me. And instead you've been denying yourself for this person due to maybe feeling like, oh, this is my family, this is my friend, this is my ex, this is my baby mama, my baby daddy, whatever it is, right? Like maybe you've been denying yourself and trusting them more. And it's because you don't want to end this cycle, because it's 4:44 on the clock right now, guys. But you don't want to end this cycle because you believe that this person was supposed to be a part of your life permanently. But whether it's friends or family, people are cyclical in our lives, right? There's highs and lows, ebbs and flows of life. So you have to learn how to embrace those lows by releasing the things that keep you low, and instead adjusting to looking forward to more highs by embracing the things that keep you in the high energy. I know that was like interesting, but that's just how it came out. Oh, fear. Yep, this person, okay, yep, this person keeps you in fear of losing them. So basically, there's something about this person that triggers your abandonment wounds. I'm picking up on this very clearly. Something about this person is triggering your abandonment wounds. So you have this fear of not having them in your life. This could be a family member, or it could be anybody else that was listed earlier, or anybody else that you want to come up with. But this person's energy it places fear in you. It places fear that you're going to be alone. You're not going to find anybody else like them. That this is the best that you could get, that there aren't any other options, that this is the highest potential for you. Okay, does that make any sense? Like, I'm not going to get any better than this. This is what I have to deal with it. It's kind of like having like a mom who is jealous of you, hates you, talks trash about you, and you're like, I have to stay around her because this is all I have. It feels like that type of energy. Feels like that type of energy. I also think that this person keeps you stressed. But you're stressing because it's rooted in your fears. So the root of this for you is fear of closing out cycles. It's fear of starting over. This person makes you feel fearful. You feel fearful due to this person It's almost like it's interesting. It's almost like they own like a part of you, like your energy. Like they own your energy? Does that make sense, guys? Does that make sense, pile number 2? Yeah, it's like they own a part of your energy. Give me some more like feelings attached to this person. Aw, what in the ham? Aw, and embarrassed. It wasn't good. I knew it wasn't good. Do you think this person looks good? Or, oh, I know what it is. You're telling yourself like, I'm fine, like it's okay. This is not that bad. This is fine. Like you're making excuses for this person. You're making excuses for this person. You're making excuses for this person. Guys, I have to show you this, okay? Look at this. This card like was sticking out. Oh, look at these. Look at this. I gotta keep these. I am exactly who you think I am. Guys, oh my gosh. Okay, I just happened to like, they told me, look at this, okay? I ghosted you because I already got what I wanted. These cards are very harsh. Okay, forgive me. This is toxic love. Just keep that in mind, okay? I ghosted you because I already got what I wanted. I only want what I want. Wow, this person is a bastard. Angel in disguise. Sorry, guys. We know that they're a liar. I only stay because of the kids. This could be baby mama, daddy. I am unavailable by choice. So this person is choosing to be unavailable to you. I think you're gambling yourself with hopes that they're going to change, and they're not. Because they're telling you that they're telling you flat out that they're choosing this. You have the option though, pile number 2. Spirit is trying to protect you from this person. So if Spirit, this is the whole point of the reading. If Spirit is trying to protect you from this person, it's because this person is not your happy place. Okay? Spirit's not going to try to protect you from someone that is beneficial to you. There would be no reason. Wow. See, this person has left you. You're in awe of how embarrassing this person is. And this person is keeping you from your happiness. I just can't believe these cards that just came out. I forgot I even wrote these, y'all. This is crazy. I'm sorry if this is offensive to you. This is like terrible. Jerk face. You know when I wrote this deck when I was in the middle of this situation. I was leaving someone that was embarrassing. He was a liar and absolutely an angel in disguise. And he only wanted what he wanted. Bless his little heart. You will learn that this is just the way that some people are. But it doesn't have to affect your happiness. Okay, you have the King of Wands, the Sun, the Nine of Cups, the King of Swords, the Two of Cups, and the Five of Pentacles. So this person has left you feeling abandoned and alone. It's almost like you even in relationship with them, you still feel like you're single. So why, pile number 2? Spirit is trying to protect you from this person. Spirit is trying to protect you from connections that are not authentic, because this person is not authentic. And the awe and embarrassed came out together, which is again signifying the fact that you have been in awe at the embarrassment that this person has caused you. Now, all not in a positive way. You've been disgusted. Like, oh my gosh, I just cannot believe that this person is who they are. Like, oh my gosh. And this person is telling you, I'm exactly who you think I am, pile number 2. You may have some jealousy over this person being with somebody else or moving on beyond you, but you shouldn't trust them. You shouldn't trust them. You shouldn't trust them, because this I only want what I want is this King of Wands energy. and I ghosted you because I already got what I want. This is the King of Wands in reverse, the King of Swords in reverse. They're emotionally unavailable. They're individuals who come in to get what they want, to collect what they can collect, and to leave when they don't get what they want, to move on when they're not receiving the gifts and the gander, I guess, that they want. That's how I'm trying to, their spirit is showing me like this person wants to collect trophies. They don't want stability. This Two of Cups here is showing up to say, like, this person will always abandon love with you. And they'll abandon love with you because these two kings in the reverse, which is how they're showing up in this reading, these two kings want what they want for themselves, and they're not emotionally available. They're not emotionally available. So your happiness, you've placed your happiness in them, which is why I think Spirit was saying earlier that it feels like this person like owns your energy. You've placed your happiness in them. And this doesn't have to be a romantic relationship. It kind of looks like it is, but it doesn't have to be a romantic relationship. This could also be family members. This could be friends. And look, there goes that King of Pentacles. I'm telling you, this person could be a Taurus, because I'm really picking up on that. This person could like love money and want to like boast, you know, maybe they want to date people or go around whoever's going to give them what they want financially, right? Like, oh, let me go to her because she's going to give me money. Let me go to her because she's going to give me money. Oh, when I've gotten what I've gotten from here, then I can go over there. What this Three of Wands represents, I want to just speak to this real fast, is that you have the ability to go after other opportunities. There are other opportunities that have been set before you, but you have to make a decision, and that decision has to be made based on what expectations you are going to require and ask of yourself and of others that you desire to be in connection with. For someone here, you're being advised to release attachments that are unhealthy with people who don't bring you happiness. You know, the Sun, the Nine of Cups, and the Five of Pentacles are opposing energies. The Sun with the Nine of Cups, the Five of Pentacles. This is opposite. This is like, I'm defeated. I'm all alone. This Five of Pentacles too keeps showing up as like constantly abandoned. Like you feel like this person constantly abandons you. But I also am picking up with the gambler thing is that sometimes you feel like this person is like the happiest thing ever for you. And then other times you absolutely despise them. You're like, oh my God, I'm sick. I just can't believe I would even love somebody like this. But if you have to go in between the two, and if there's a wolf in sheep's clothing, I would highly recommend to assess your fears that you have in regards to walking through the door that allows this cycle to be closed once and for all. Because the reality of it is if you stay with this person, you go back to this person, if you allow yourself to be around this person during family events, etc., all you're doing is opening yourself up into this gambler experience to where you just don't know what you're going to get. You could win or lose. But based on the cards that came out, this person's not telling you anything positive about themselves. All of these cards are stating that they are absolutely not here for your best interest. This bring balance card is here. You're putting too much energy into something, creating lack somewhere else. Lack for yourself is what's missing, pile number 2. Take action now to correct the situation or risk further imbalance, which could lead to undesired results. Wow. And then you have jump in. You're being asked to take a chance and give whatever you're questioning a try. The stars will never all align in just the right way. Sometimes you have to take the leap anyways. That this is that time. This is that time for you to take the leap. You may have been waiting for the perfect time to decide that you're going to move away or walk away from this person. And this fear has been holding you back, but they're telling you if you don't bring balance by jumping into your fears, because that's what you're being asked to do, pile number 2. The Spirit is protecting you from this person because this person is not going to bring you any good. There's no reason to protect if there's no risk involved in creating more damage. So you're being advised to jump into your fears in order to be able to restore balance and bring back happiness, joy, and fulfillment into your life. Wow, this is powerful as heck. Just remember that those prayers, those expectations that you put out is what you're going to receive back. In addition, you're being advised to trust your intuition with the High Priestess here. Trust the knowledge that you have within and leap into that versus the fear. You can overcome your fears by trusting your intuition and knowing that spirit is not going to let you fail because you haven't in the past, and that's not going to happen in the future. As long as you're following your truest, most authentic self, you're going to find yourself fulfilled, happy, and you have some wishes here. If you have children too, your children and you will be fulfilled and happy in life without this person. I think that they're taking more than they're giving. Okay, pile number 2. I know this is heavy energy to take in. I thank you so much for being here. I'm sorry I have to deliver a message like this. Feel free to drop a comment if it resonated with you. Like and subscribe if you wouldn't mind. I appreciate you being here. Thanks so much and have a great one. I'll see you next time. Bye. Pile number 3. If you chose this card, this is the relationship that Spirit is trying to protect you from. Okay, so a couple of things that I was picking up on for this relationship. So first of all, this relationship keeps you guessing and like second guessing yourself. Okay, that's the first thing that was coming through. It's almost like this person may have been a covering for you at some point in time. What I mean for that is that they could have felt like or could have been someone who was very protective of you, or someone who you thought was protecting you. Okay, there's some type of deception in regards to like what you see and what you perceive is not actually like the truth regarding who that person is. Okay, I was picking up on a lot of Leo energy, so this, and for some reason that is connecting to like a mother for someone. I was also picking up on like the Lion King. They were showing me Mufasa, and they were showing me Simba, and something about like protecting your name, protecting your crown, protecting what's yours. Like it's almost as if there was someone, this person is someone who is supposed to be protective of you, like a parental figure, but they don't actually show up in that way. Or this could be a child of yours, so it could be the reversal of that, right? Simba and Mufasa, father, son. It could be the reversal of like maybe this person is someone that you desire to protect, but your perception of who they are is not aligned with your intentions. Okay, I don't know how to explain that, but that's how it's being shown. So this person is someone who almost like, initially what I was picking up on this card is like this person keeps you constantly like second guessing and questioning your motives or your validation. What does that mean? Questioning your validation. Questioning, like this person keeps you questioning who you are. Like, are you doing like, I get it. Okay, so this relationship is a relationship that keeps you second guessing whether or not your motives and intentions are valid. So, okay, so how this could show up is, say for example, you do something nice for someone, like you're like, you know what, I think they need groceries, I'm gonna go buy them groceries. You buy them groceries, and instead of them saying like, thank you for the groceries, they're like, why did you do this? Like, what is it that you want from me? Are you doing this because I did this for you, or I did something for you? Are you buying me groceries because I gave you a ride to work last week? And then you're like, wait a second, I didn't do that for any other reason but to buy you groceries, but then you start getting confused and overthinking because there's something about this person's energy that is like a whirlwind, but it's literally like showing up as like a never-ending pit of deception where it's like self-deception via or through the route of this person, right? So like there's something about this person that is, I want to say deceptive, but that may be very harsh to say, but that's how they're showing it to me. It's like this person, they're showing me Judas. So this person is like a Judas type energy, someone that may want to act as if they are your friend, act as if they're on your side, but the reality of it is that they're not. And what they're showing me is that they're not because they're not a good person, right? Like this is no shade to the other party. It's more so like they're not because they don't have that in them. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. Whoever this person is someone that you want to perceive to be a kind, loving, tender-hearted person. Could have something to do with a parent and a child relationship. Maybe not, maybe it's somebody else, but whoever this person is, you want to perceive them to be a good person. You want to perceive them to maybe have the same or a similar heart as you. However, they don't have that, and it's basically causing you to question everything that you're doing, right? It's almost like this person is reflecting back to you your wounds. That's deep. But they're reflecting back to you your wounds not because like it's something negative about you. It's more so spirit using this person to protect you from putting yourself in situations where you continue to be wounded, to where you increase those wounds, to where you increase the pain and the suffering that you've had to endure due to other individuals like this. Sorry guys, I gotta zoom out. And I'm also gonna turn the light, okay? It's just sometimes easier to view those other cards, those soul cards, in the dark. Just heads up, you may want to blink a couple of times. I'm going to turn on the light. Okay, pile number 3. So yeah, so there's something about this person's energy that makes you question your own intentions. You may also recognize that a part of one of your wounds with relationship to this person may cause you, like it may show up, let me figure out how to explain this. It may show up by you seeking validation from that person, okay? So this may be someone that you seek validation from, someone that you desire to please, that you want to keep happy, something like that, okay? Yeah, see the Eros card came out here. I'm not taking all these, there's too many. Let's take this. And then you have the 9th house here with Sagittarian energy. This is philosophy, spirituality, and knowledge. So there's something about this person that is being used. So every situation, and this has come up in the other 2 piles too, every situation or relationship that we have in our lives is meant for our good, okay? This relationship is showing up today in this reading because spirit is trying to protect you so that you don't fall into this pit. It's almost like this person has the potential to push you in a pit to where you feel like you are so terrible. Like, right? It's literally like this person is the one who is reflecting to you your wounds, but instead of you seeing your wounds as a blessing and a gift to be able to heal and resolve them, you begin to take that person's projections and make your wounds like your enemy, okay? Like there's something about this person that triggers you, excuse me for choking, but there's something about this person that triggers you that makes you feel like you're the problem. You're like, oh my God, I'm the problem. Like there's something wrong with me. When in reality, this person is only presenting in your life so that they can reflect to you your wounds to prevent you from falling into that ditch, that bottomless pit of, self-defeat and sabotaging because you're feeling like you're not good enough, when in reality it's not you, it's this person. This person is the problem. So spirit, and I don't want to say it like that, but that's just the best way to describe it. This person is the person that spirit's trying to protect you from, because they have a way of making you feel like you're the problem, when in actuality it's them that's the problem. And it's not that they're a bad person, it's that they're not aligned with you, where you're at and where you're going, right? It's almost like there's a mismatch in energy. I'm seeing like an apple and an orange. And that's what they're saying, is you may be trying to compare apples to oranges. Like maybe you're trying to make this person an orange because you're an orange, but this person is an apple. Again, it doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with this person. They're not literally a problem, but this person is walking a different path than you are. And so it's almost like spirit is suggesting to just allow them to be. Because this Eros card is showing up as this is someone that you have a strong connection with. It could be romantic, but I'm not picking up on romance, guys. This feels like this is someone that you deeply love, that you love intensely. Again, it feels like a parent and a child relationship, and you have strong desire, because that's Eros is desire. It's strong, like passionate desire. And that's probably why I was picking up on this Leo energy, where they kept showing me this lion, and it's like a lion has strong drive, passion, and desire for their cubs. The lion wants to, and the lioness want to protect at all costs the things that they love. And that's how this feels. It feels like you love this person so much, no matter what the relationship specifics are. You love this person so much that you just want what's best for them. But what's happening is your desire to support and love and assist them is creating space for you to feel invalidated, and also, what does that mean? Unwarranted. Hold on. Well, I know what unwarranted is, right? I just needed to look this up because I'm trying to figure out how someone can make you feel unwarranted. But it's basically that this person, like, ungrounds you, if that's a word. Okay, this person makes you feel, not makes, but it feels like this person, I always use the words makes you feel, because the reality of it is nobody has any like possible way of making us feel anything, but people do things that make me feel that way, right? If you say I'm stupid, you're making me feel sad. Or you could just say that person said I'm stupid and now I feel sad. Either way you want to say it, I say make me feel, because I feel like people make me feel stuff. Like you did that, now I feel this way. However, what I don't do is say I'm going to blame them for how I feel afterwards, because I understand that they can't really make me feel this way. It's just that their actions led me to feeling sad, frightened, afraid, or whatever. But now it's up to me to shift that. So I can feel that for 2 seconds. You might make me feel something for 2 seconds, and then I'm going to flip the script on it. Anyways, I don't know why I'm giving you that. But I think that has something to do with this reading, actually, because I think you're so passionate about this person that whatever they say or do, you take it to heart. When the reality of it is that this person is imbalanced in like the way that they project these things onto you. And so spirit is almost saying like that this person makes you feel unwarranted in the sense that this person, you know, leads you to feeling unreasonable or, you know, ungrounded, like I mentioned earlier. This person, it's almost like they lead you to a state of feeling discombobulated, questioning things. That's how this feels. Look at, oh my God, the waning gibbous moon with reception. See? There's something about you receiving the projections of this person due to the fact that you love them so much. And spirit wants to protect you from doing that, because it feels very much so like this person has the potential to lead you down a path of self, you know, defeat. Let's see if we can get more on who this person is, okay? And I don't know that this person is doing this intentionally. I think that's why they keep showing me like the parent and the child. I think that this person just is maybe immature. That's how this feels. Like maybe they just don't know as much as you do, and that's why Spirit keeps highlighting the fact that you're on a different journey than them. Like maybe they're unwilling to open up to the information that you need. Look at the mentor here. See, this is that parent-child relationship. So passing on wisdom and refining a student's character is the light attributes. And then the shadow attributes are inability to allow the student to move on to the role of master, imparting false instructions. Wow, this is powerful because I just got something out of that. They said that this shadow attribute of the inability to allow the student to move on to the role of master is basically okay, so they're telling me this story about like a child. You know, if your child goes to college, you have to kind of stop, and I'm kind of experiencing this myself, which may be why they're bringing this up. But, you know, when your child goes to college, you have to relinquish your need to control or set expectations for their future. You have to get out of the way and allow that child to experience their own challenges, setbacks, things like that. And as a parent, as a mom, father, whoever, it is very, very, very hard to do that because you're like, dude, I can see you like, you know, about to get hit by a bus and you want me to just sit there and just let them, Spirit. Like, come on, that doesn't seem right. But what they're saying with this mentor card is that you're meant to be a mentor to this person, not to get them to their destined location, okay? The light attributes of the mentor is passing on wisdom, and I don't know why this isn't, forgive my nails, they need to be done, guys. But passing on wisdom and refining a student's character. So your role as a mentor, as the parent, is to pass wisdom on to them, but to allow the student to take the information and do what they choose to do with it from there. And that may be why you do a lot of self-reflection in this relationship. But again, the self-reflection can lead to a lot of damage here if you fall into this trap, because this person could blame you a lot for their issues and not take accountability, because it's easier to just say, hey dad, this is your fault. Hey mom, if my mom didn't do this, then I wouldn't be this way. If my dad didn't do this, I wouldn't be this way. And Spirit is trying to protect you from further wounding yourself. And it's interesting because I keep hearing that word, further wounding, meaning you already have pre-existing wounds. And so one of them that they're bringing up is abandonment. And it's almost as if this person triggers your abandonment wound and the things that they say and do. It also may be very intentional that they do that. So look at the king here with the shadow attributes: excessive feelings of entitlement and rulership without restraint. And then the light attributes are enlightened, benevolent leadership, benefiting those in your charge. Now, there's two things coming out in this card. The first thing that I'm picking up on is that this person may receive some type of financial benefits from you, or you from them, vice versa. Somebody, because this is my King of Pentacles, somebody is receiving some type of finances from the other party, okay? This could also be a relationship where someone is a romantic relationship, or any type of relationship where this person is using you for financial gain, but not actually reciprocating or, doing their part. And maybe when you don't give them what they want, then they decide to blame you and push all their problems off on you. You have these abandonment wounds, and then you're triggered by them whining, and then you may, fall into the trap of giving into. But this person, this is where the immaturity energy too comes through again, because this excessive feelings of entitlement, this person probably just feels like, I'm going to do as little as possible because you're going to come in and sacrifice to give the rest. But I could see, based on this energy in the card, that if this person doesn't get their way, then they may make you feel, or cause you to feel, like you are the reason why they don't have the life that they desire. Something like that is coming through. Let me just get a couple of cards. So this deck is a deck that I created. It's called Toxic Love. I am exactly who you think I am. And then jealousy is at the bottom of the deck. Oh my God. These cards are so harsh. I'm like, why was I writing these? What was wrong with me? But you know what was wrong with me? I was getting out of a toxic relationship. And I was like, I'm going to just, Spirit just gave me this idea. No way. You guys saw that? Okay, that needs to come out. That needs to come out. And then this is interesting. I only stay because of the kids. I don't know what that means, but that's very interesting that that's at the bottom of the deck. They're only there because of the kids. I don't know what that means, but okay, you take it as it resonates. Jealousy here. So this person may be jealous of your energy, which that would make sense, because think about it. When you're in unhealthy relationships with anybody, this could be a child, a parent, a grandma, a husband, a wife, a sister-in-law, baby cousin, Tracy, anybody that you love, that is jealous of your success, jealous of your victories, that person, if they are not living the life that they desire, then they are going to most likely, imagine you're walking in your light, you're living your best life, you're enjoying things, you know, you're being blessed, you're not, you know, needing much, you just get everything you desire, everything you need. I'm not saying that you're like super rich. Somebody may be rich though with the King of Pentacles here, but however it is, if you have enough to be able to take care of yourself, and then someone else is not putting in the work to take care of themselves, then absolutely they'll want to project those negative energies. You know what's coming to mind, what they're telling me, is that misery loves company. So this person, the energy, the relationship that Spirit is trying to protect you from is someone that you know exactly who they are. This relationship is present in your life to assist and support you in not receiving the projections of others, and to almost relinquish your desire to get people to be who you desire they to be, because that mentor card is speaking about that, and instead allow people to expand on their own. Look at that card that flew out. So see this fear, this is that abandonment wound that I was seeing earlier. There's fear within you that's stopping you from stopping. Okay? So maybe you already know whatever this is. I don't know what they're saying to stop doing, but there's something that your team is saying. They're trying to protect you from this relationship because it needs to stop. Now, I don't know what that is, but something needs to stop. Okay, I think this relationship too could leave you sad. This is another deck I made. It's like emotion deck. Okay, so this relationship could leave you feeling sad. Wow, it could leave you feeling angry. That's that Leo lion energy. And then it could leave you feeling disappointed. So maybe you've had some disappointments in the way that this person has treated you in the past. If they have excessive entitlement, that would tick anybody off, right? That would make all of us angry. All of us as humans, I think, are disappointed when our children don't do, you know, the things that we desire them to do, or our spouses, our family, our friends. I mean, it's normal to be disappointed and angry at situations not becoming what they're, you know, what you hope that they are to become. But there's something about the king here that they're wanting to bring to your attention. And the light attributes are enlightened, benevolent leadership, benefiting those in your charge. And so a part of being a king is doing things. Okay, they're bringing me back to Mufasa, right? Like Mufasa, he didn't want to, you know, like chastise, what's his name? Now I'm forgetting his name, and we were just talking about it. He didn't want to chastise Simba, that's his name. When Simba ran off into off to go and see Scar, right? But he knew that he had to discipline him in a loving way in order for him to be the king and the leader that he was. And so there's something there about finding balance. I don't know exactly, you'll know better than I do, but there's, look at, there goes that Leo energy. There's something there about finding balance in, something about finding balance. All right, that's too many. Something about finding balance in your reception. finding balance in your desire. Finding balance in your desire. Okay, I'm going to stop there. So the Three of Swords was poking its head out, and the Four of Swords. This is interesting how this is coming up across, because this person who, this relationship that Spirit is trying to protect you from is definitely familial in some way with the Ten of Pentacles here. And with the Sun here, this is often energy of a child. So again, that could be parent-child relationship. There's some type of fear that you have on losing family due to some type of abandonment wound. That is clear as heck, because this Five of Pentacles is abandonment at its finest. So there's some type of abandonment wound that triggers this. And it's almost like the Sun, the Ace of Wands, the Ten of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Two of Swords. So it's almost like, Spirit is saying that, you're being protected from this relationship by like stagnancy. Okay, this is so interesting because this didn't come out in any of the other piles. Like Spirit is showing the way that you're being protected. So if you notice that there's stagnancy in your finances, if you notice that there's stalls, it's interesting. It's like you go from having a ton of money to none. And it's like a teeter-totter in energy I'm seeing here. So it's almost like because I was saying like the King of Pentacles is showing up, that this has something to do with finances. So you may not have as many opportunities as you desire to have more finances consistently over time with the Knight of Pentacles. So it's almost like your finances are being slowed, stalled, or held back because of this relationship. That's interesting. I didn't see this in any other piles. But it's because if someone has an excessive feeling of entitlement, they're going to rob your long-term success. Okay, if you continue to feed into the reception, if you continue to be receptive to this person's anger and disappointments and jealousy, then you are going to continue to operate in fear first and foremost, but also with this Two of Swords energy, you're going to keep yourself back. There's something about you refusing to see that this person is exactly who you think they are. That's coming through like super strong. You're refusing to see and refusing to accept that this person is exactly who you think they are. And this is so interesting. I've never even seen anything like this. They're showing me this Ace of Wands as like advice for you to stop initiating new ways to validate, protect, or like, how do I explain this? It's almost like you re-engage in this person's entitlement, something like that. Like, how the heck do I explain this? It's like they're showing me that like you're creative in finding new ways to meet this person's needs rather than stopping. And I don't have the answer as to how you're supposed to stop. They're not telling me that. And they're telling me that they can't tell you that because everybody's situation is different. They're saying that the one thing that they want to advise everyone listening to this reading to do is to pause before you respond. Because there's something here about fast, quick-paced action. Like, maybe this person tells you, oh my gosh, like I'm so angry, I'm so disappointed in my life. Like, this is giving me the vibes of like a child who's an addict, and they just come back to their parents and they're asking for money, and you're wealthy over here, and this kid just sucks you dry, and you're thinking, oh, it's okay, I'll rebuild it, I'll be fine, I'm gonna be taken care of. But they're sucking you dry slowly. You're not realizing it is sucking your finances. It's stealing from your long-term success, which is taking away from your joy, your new opportunities. And it's like you will maybe stop giving to them in one way, but it's so interesting. It's like you'll find a roundabout way to give to them in another way that still fuels their fire. I hope that makes sense, because that's crazy. I've never even, I don't know. Anyways, as long as you get it, it ain't about me. So there's something about advising you to stop before you react, because that's how this Ace of Wands is showing up. It's like you're reacting to their, like, I never saw the Sun like this or the Ace of Wands. You're reacting to their screams. You're reacting to their whines with the Sun. Like, the Sun is loud, it's dramatic, it's Leo energy. It's going to make an appearance, it's going to make an entrance. And it's like this person may be just giving you that, like, I just want what I want. And you're like, okay, let me not keep doing what I was doing yesterday, but let me make something new to do today. I don't know, guys. Pile number 3, this is boggling the heck out of my mind. I have no idea. All I know is that this person is robbing you of your happiness. There's something that they do, projection, actions, something like that, that is robbing you from your happiness. And this is rooted in your fears. It's rooted in your fears, and wow, your faith may have a lot to do with this, because there's something about you trusting that this person will be taken care of without you. It's almost like there's a fear there that you don't believe that this person is going to have what they need if you don't do it. And this stems from your own personal abandonment wounds, maybe something with your familial patterns, your ancestors, something like that. It's almost like you don't want to leave this person out in the cold. And I don't know that Spirit is saying that. What Spirit is advising you to do is to keep yourself safe from this person, starting with this advice, which is to pause, not just jump into action. Pause, pray, wait, and move when you feel prepared. See, this Knight of Cups is saying to, like, move with intention, right? Validate. Wow, even the King of Swords, I love this. The King of Swords is saying move with intentions, using logic over emotions, because the Knight of Cups is movement, but it's movement with emotions. And so they're saying very clearly to pause before you just jump in with your emotions head first. It's like jumping into the swimming pool head first. You know, they're saying make sure that it's deep enough, okay? Make sure that you're not going to hit your head at the bottom of the pool. And when this person decides that they want to show up with anger and disappointment and jealousy, and their energy is, loud and dramatic and aggressive, they're saying for you to, instead of reacting and receiving that as if it's you, use it as a reflection to see what wounds that person is triggering, and then through logic, analyze, assess how to approach this from the status of a benevolent leader, one who is enlightened. The King of Swords sees the big picture. He looks from above. He's known as the individual who wears the uniform. So he's the lawyer, he's the judge, he's the police officer, he's the doctor. He's going to logically see through the situation from a perspective that is one of a leader. Right? One who is able to analyze not from a place of emotions, but from logic. So there has to be some type of balance here in order. Oh, balance. Yeah, there has to be some type of balance in order for you to be able to push through and endure, this relationship. I don't see here that Spirit is saying anything about cutting this person off. Everything here is screaming establish some type of balance. You even have the Lovers card at the bottom of the deck, which you may have seen, and that's someone that you have a very strong love for, right? Again, like someone who, a love for this person like you love Spirit, like you love God, right? And so it's like when you love someone so strongly, it's very challenging to balance out your love for them with your logic for what is best for them. But keep in mind the Mentor card that came up earlier, okay? And this is about passing on wisdom. So this is showing that you have the information that's needed to support this person. But you can't be the mentor or the king / leader if you have an inability to allow the student to move beyond the role of the master. Okay? If you want to keep the student and don't allow them to step into becoming the master, then you're not operating from your own authenticity. Okay? So, wow, there's no way. So let's talk about this reflection card, because this came out first. This is exactly what we are talking about and what we were being shown earlier in that vortex there. I'm going to read the card. I typically don't, but since I already was talking about reflection, they were already giving us that. Let's just read this as confirmation. You're being asked to reflect on your recent choices. What lessons have they taught you? Reflection is the mirror to your soul's growth. Use it to deepen your understanding and your intuition. I love this because this is exactly what they were saying with this Four of Swords. To pause and pray before you take any action. And so maybe in doing that, you can assess what you've already done, how you handled these situations the last time they occurred, and how you can make better choices moving forward. I was also picking up that by you doing this, it's going to strengthen your intuition, build more trust within yourself, and that's how you get rid of receiving the projections of others, is you grow in your own individual strength and your ability to trust you and who you are in spirit. And then you have the victim mindset. I think this is the other person. You feel the world is against you, and this will only cause you to attract more negative results. Stop the blame and take responsibility for your happiness. Only then will abundance start to flow. And that's how this feels. This anger, this disappointment showing up with the sun here, this jealousy, this is showing me that that's that energy of that person. So the relationship that Spirit is trying to protect you from is the relationship where the person is always playing the victim, where they have a victim mindset, and instead of them owning their life, they expect you to do something to shift it. Pile number 3, I hope that this resonates with you. I apologize if the truth was offensive. I'm thankful that you're here. I hope you have an amazing week. If you haven't already, please feel free to drop a comment. Let me know if it resonated. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for being here. Bye.